Stadium for second half commentary here on 90 Minutes Saturday Live. Hertford 0, Marlow 0 at half time, although the home fans will feel that their side should have been in front. James Stewart's having his penalty saved by Simon Grant, and the goalkeeper also denying Sam Oyenurin before that when he had a clean run on goal. No changes from either manager at half time as we get underway with Hertford kicking from left to right towards the stable end here as the Hertford Town flag is just being unfurled behind the goal, which is being defended by Simon Grant, the Marlow goalkeeper. Dewars lets the ball run through his legs, fries at Pedro. Pedro's got Ben Wayman in with loads of space on that far side. Wayman with a chance to run at Chappell. Toby Byron provides the overlap, puts the ball across. Here's Kit Brown, and the goalkeeper collects it, then fumbles it, and then collects it again. Good opening to the second half for Hertford. As a kick from Grant isn't a good one, only picks out Kit Brown midway inside the Marlow half. Brown can't get it back from Guymer, but Pedro will head it forward. Guymer beaten in the air, Pedro will get it back, finds James Stewart's. Stewart's has to turn away from Edwards, and on this near side bring in Nathan Fuma. Stewart's gets it back again down the line. Well controlled by Guymer. Guymer looks for Kit Brown. Kit Brown, though, is just shrugged aside by Alex Salmon. Long ball forward. Guy Marsh-Brown is there with Harvey Gardner. And Gardner's given the ball away on this near side. In fact, it's Osei Tutu who's here. Osei Tutu finds Edwards. Edwards puts it across the box. Ben Hurd just gets it away from Marcus Mealing. Long ball forward by Isaac Pedro. Salmon's not sure. Oyenurin's there, but in the end the goalkeeper is the man who collects the ball from his central defender. Salmon, long kick downfield. Byron he'll stop it, and almost stopped it for Marsh-Brown, but Ben Hurd comes forward. Lively start to beginning of the second period here. Chappell's robbed Ben Wayman, feeds it back in the opposite direction. That Nick Hayes will come out and collect it. Well, 1 point is a decent point with the way the half-time scores were going, because nobody in the bottom 8 in this division was winning at half-time. So, and FC Romania and Northwood were both down. Ashford Town Middlesex holding Ware at the moment at 0-0, and the big winners were Bracknell, who were 4-0 up at the half-time, and Tooting and Mitcham. Bracknell, in fact, have moved into the top 5, so it could be worth watching their progress as the season progresses. Mealing is tangling away with Ben Hurd. Ben Hurd's got some words to say to Harvey Gardner behind him, and Marlow have got a free kick in a dangerous position here. Right-hand side, just about 25 yards out. Referee wants to have a little bit of a word with Ben, which is what he's doing. Doesn't seem to be showing a card, so the referee doesn't show a card. So you've got 3 Marlow players over the ball: Jordan Edwards, Marcus Mealing, and also Anton Rogers. So it's going to be one of those 3. In fact, it's now going to be Rogers, the number 14, who's going to take it. It's been a goal at Staines, so I understand. So Waltham Abbey extend their lead at Staines. So Staines, who signed a couple of players this morning, still struggling at the bottom. Here's Rogers with a free kick. Hertford have got a 4-man wall in the way. Let's hope Nick Hayes has got his angles right as Rogers fires it in, and it just goes wide off the post. Well, I think Hayes did get his angles right, because I think he would have got it if it sneaked inside the post. But just a worrying moment for Hertford. So Staines down against to Waltham Abbey, who of course another team who will fancy their chances getting in the shake-up as far as the playoffs are concerned. In fact, when you look at it this morning, there probably wasn't a fixture that didn't have something riding on it for the top or the bottom of the table in the entire division. As Dewars puts it out on this near side. It's going to be a throw-in to Marlow. Hertford fans get going, second half. I don't know why they always get going in the second half here, but maybe that's something to do with the half-time refreshments, who knows. As Osei Tutu on this near side can't control the ball. And Nathan Fuma will take a throw in for Hertford. Finds Isaac Pedro. Tell you where have gone one up. Liam Hope, 30 up for Liam Hope. It's his 30th of the season at Ashford Town, Middlesex. And with Amwell drawing 0-0, there's a possibility Balls' team could go back to the top of the table. But we'll have a look at that. I think I was told my horses that in fact Amwell won up as well. So it's going to be as you were at the top. In fact, the top four are all winning now, which is something that didn't happen on Tuesday night. But Liam Hope's 30th of the season, a landmark for a striker who has... we're going to have to add up how many goals he has scored in non-league football. It's way over the century. He's scored over 100 for Enfield Town. As long ball forward by Rogers. Harvey Gardner's got to do the defending back to Nick Hayes. Hayes will field it on the edge of the area. So we're in front. We're 0-0 here, and Welling Garden City were 1-0 down at Bedworth as far as our Step 4 teams go on this afternoon. 90 minutes live at the Acre Cards. Don't forget 90 minutes tomorrow night with myself and Simon, who's sitting alongside me, 9 till 10:30. All the week's football news. Our guest, Chloe Clay, looking forward to that one, of Watson Park ladies, performances of the week, trips to Mexico, and the occasional donut as well. All between 9 and 10:30 on East Arts Radio, 90 minutes. But got a football match to finish here first, and at the moment it's tightly balanced at 0-0. There's Gardner on this near side. Fuma can't keep it in. And going to be a throw-in to the visitors, Marlow. Isaac Lauren Femi, the number 3 with the fluorescent green boots, will take the throw-in. He's taking his time. Looks for Marcus Mealing. That's off the head of Fuma. Harvey Gardner will try and stop it going out for a corner, which he does. And then clears towards the halfway line over Oyenoiren. Clearance forwards, none too certain in the end, but ball has found its way to Kai Marsh-Brown on the far side. Little and large challenge there. Marsh-Brown against the rangy figure of Toby Byron. Byron puts it out, and it's going to be a throw-in on that far side. Is Anton Rogers puts it up in the air as brought down nicely by Jordan Edwards. Offside 2-2s look dangerous, the 15 on this near side. Fuma keeping his eyes on the ball. Offside 2-2s picked out Edwards on the edge of the area, and it will be cleared by James Dewars, but not far. But, ball ricocheting around on the edge, and maybe Anton Rogers will think about a shot, but in the end his indecision let him down, and Hertford will come away with the ball, although it's then threaded back down towards the touchline on this near side. A Hertford player who's gone down, James Stewart, has gone down, not for the first time in the game. Feeling that right ankle again. That was the problem when he went down in the first half, and he's feeling it again now, so don't think he's going to need treatment, as physio hasn't come on. But Dewar's still in a little bit of trouble. Managed to get to his feet though, and Fuma will restart. And Liam Hope's goal was from the penalty spot, awarded after a foul on Albert Adu, who where fans have developed quite a good chant for, that was being heard loud and clear around Marlow on Tuesday night, as Mealing collects the ball and then gives it away to Toby Byron. That was slack. As I've got a chance to come forward here. Guymer's on the halfway line. Kit Brown's making the run. Guymer turns away from him, plays it left to Toby Byron. Byron coming forward. It's got Pedro making his way into the area. Ben Wayman's over on that far side. He's got two defenders in front of him. Finds James Dewars. Dewars will put it across, but in the end straight into the chest of the goalkeeper, Simon Grant. Really needed something across the goalkeeper, not straight at him on that occasion. So just coming up to 10 minutes gone in the second half here at the Acre Gars, and we wait for the deadlock to be broken on 90 Minutes Saturday Live. So Hertford 0, Marlow 0. Teams that started 11th and 16th this morning. As Ben Wayman in possession. Wayman for Byron. Byron's ball cannons off of Marsh Brown, and Gardner's over there with Edwards. Edwards, though, polices how to play and gives Marlow the throw in. It's going to be the number 20, Curtis Chappell, who was the man who gave the penalty away against foul on Isaac Pedro in that first half. Chappell will take the throw in. Chappell off to the head of Marcus Mealing, but headed further out by James Stewart. Ball still bobbling about in that area. Fuma does well, get it clear, and Guymer will find Oyanurin. Oyanurin, nice layoff, but Wayman couldn't take it. And at the other end, it's Nathan Fuma who has to turn away from Osai Tutu. Can't keep the ball in, though. And it goes out for a throw in to Marlow. Just a little bit of concerted pressure by the visitors inside the Marlow half here in the last couple of moments as Isaac Pedro leaves it for Harvey Gardner. Gardner onto the halfway line. Sam Oyanurin, but Salmon picks his pocket, and it's finally thumped forward by Adam Rogers as Mealing takes another bang on the head as Gardner goes up for the ball. But he's given the foul to Hertford. Mealing protests his innocence, but he's just rubbing the back of his head, and the referee will let Hertford take the free kick from the goal away to our left-hand side. So if you've just joined us, welcome along. Saturday, sun's gone out. It's getting just a little bit nippy out there, but no sign of Hurricane Kira just yet. So in fact, it couldn't be stiller out there, really. There's no breeze at all. Corner flag's hardly blowing. As Nick Hayes heads the ball out on the far side, Marsh Brown gets there first. Mealing's there with James Stewart and Ben Hurd and robs both of them. Comes forward here, Marcus Mealing. Marcus Mealing still coming forward. Sets up Edwards. It's offside 2-2. Good challenge by Nathan Fuma. Puts the ball out for a corner to Marlow. Just looked like it might have been opening up there for offside 2-2. But Nathan Fuma stuck to it well and put out a long leg and has given the corner, which Anton Rogers, the number 14, will take. Flurry of substitutes go to warm up on that far side. Maybe Hertford thinking of a change. Corner then to come in from Rogers on this near side. Chips it to the far post. It's pulled back in, and outstretched leg by Marcus Mealing. Up goes Hayes, punches it. James Stewart misses his clearance. Pedro doesn't, though. Thumps it out for Ben Wayman on the far side. Panic stations for a minute inside the Hertford box. Didn't know where it was, bouncing about. It's a throw-in, which will be taken by Curtis Chappell on that far side for Marlow. Chappell, long throw onto the head of Ben Hurd. Wayman will pick it up midway inside his own half. Tries to find Kit Brown. That's charged down. And the ball ricochets back to Nick Hayes. He's put Gardner in trouble. It's offside 2-2. Great save by the goalkeeper's legs. Edwards is going to have a go and thump clear by Isaac Pedro. Well, both teams now have had a big chance. Offside 2-2 thumped it, and Nick Hayes somehow kept his legs on the ground and managed to save it. I don't know how much the big goalkeeper knew about it, but it was a very important block. Here's Edwards coming forward again, though, and Marlow have won themselves a free kick. So you've got to say now, 0-0. Well, team's level is just about right on the way the opportunities have gone. Big opportunity just going for Marlow. So, free kick to be taken on this near side. On here, the free kick to be taken by the number 14, Anton Rogers. Rogers to the far post. They had a game in from Adam Richards, and just goes over the top. So it's Isaac Osai Tutu, who should have scored just a couple of moments ago from that opportunity set up by Edwards in the box. And Nick Hayes, though, has come to Hertford's rescue. Come on, Hertford, say the stable end. I think probably one goal's going to decide this because it has been very tight. As Hertford collects it on the halfway line. Kit Brown trying to keep the ball in, does well. Fuma's given it away, but Ben Hurd will clear. Ben's clearance, though, only as far as Chappell. Chappell thumps it up in the air. Ben will try and head it away from Mealing. Here's Nathan Fuma. Forward for James Stewers. Stewers forward for Guymer. Guymer sends Stewers going forward, but a good challenge coming in from Adam Rogers. And Anton Rogers it is that picks the ball up for Marlow. Rogers on this side finds his namesake. This ball pushed forward towards Edwards, but Isaac Pedro's done a solid job in there, gets in the way. Here's Guymer. Really need Luke Guymer further up the field, don't you? He's such a tricky player, but can't do a lot when he's midway inside his own half. Marlow got a throw in. Couple of Hertford substitutes warming up, which would seem to suggest there might be a fairly imminent change coming. Mark Sinfield on the bench as Marcus Mealing controls the ball away from Harvey Gardner, thumps it over on that far side towards Kai Marsh-Brown, whose control isn't good, but he managed to get beyond Byron and Ben Hurd, but good defending tackle by Harvey Gardner. Rogers back into the box, but nobody had read that, and it goes out for a goal kick, which Nick Hayes will take away to our left-hand side. Second half stats, Hertford have been comprehensively outscored second half of the games, 28-52, but a lot closer for Marlow, 18 scored, 22 conceded. They've certainly been a better first half team of Marlow this season. At the moment, 0-0 and everything to play for at both ends of the table, of course, as Nick Hayes thumps the ball downfield. Kit Brown goes up. He's beaten to it. Ball will bounce midway inside the Hertford half. James Stewers will collect it. Finds Ben Wayman on that far side. Wayman brings the ball down with a hand and Marlow have a free kick. Chappell wants to take it quickly, but Wayman's in his way. So he's going to have to delay. Ball put forward. Good challenge from Ben Hurd. Robs Mealing. Finds James Stewers. Stewart for Ben Wayman. Wayman having a little run against Chappell. Can't really get round him, but finds Guymer. Guymer will bring in Dewars. Dewars will set Wayman in, left-hand side of the box. Pulls it back. It's Luke Guymer. Oh, Guymer goes down. Good defending by Chappell. He'd read the run all the way. As Luke Guymer had ghosted into the box, as he does. Now it's Mealing against Harvey Gardner. One-on-one here. Gardner just shrugged aside by Marcus Mealing, and in the end Mealing goes down and Marlow get a free kick. Well, I think it was half 6 of one and half a dozen of the other there, but St Margaret's have conceded a second against Redbridge in the Essex Senior League. All sorts of going on at Layfield in the first half. 3-2 Hoddesdon leading West Essex, having been 2-0 behind. As on the far side, Marlow have got a free kick. Hertford have got defending to be done, although still keeping three players forward. Got Wayman on the right, Kit Brown on the left, and Guymer's there as well. Bedworth scored a second against Welwyn Garden City. Not good news for the citizens there. But it's going to be the free kick, which will finally be taken on that far side. So we've got one of each at the moment. Ware in front, Welwyn Garden City behind, and Hertford drawing 0-0 here with Marlow. Now step 4 clubs. Free kick to be taken on that far side by the number 14, Anton Rogers, very much the dead ball expert as far as Marlow are concerned. Hertford have pulled Luke Guymer back now to the edge of the area. He's marking Lewis Rogers. And referee just having a look at what's going on inside the 6-yard box. Rogers has moved and curls it in with the outside of his left foot and headed out by Harvey Gardner, headed back in by Lewis Rogers, but Nick Hayes will collect that comfortably. Bowls it out, looking for Wayman on the halfway line. Oh my word. Well, if that wasn't a high boot from Alex Salmon, I don't know what was. Almost took Ben Wayman's head off. But Hertford will come forward with Isaac Pedro. Pedro looking for Kit Brown, can't keep it in. And well, I know Ben Wayman's not the biggest of players, but the boot was certainly very high. I think it would have been chest high on me, let alone Ben Wayman. So the ball's out for a throw in the Marlow here. Looking for offside 2-2. But Harvey Gardner will collect it for Hertford. And, well, the ball's gone out for a corner in the end. Gardner delayed his clearance, and it's going to be a corner. And Tom Rogers is going to come across and take it. Just coming to the 20th minute of the second half here at the Acre Gardens, 0-0. Both teams have had good chances, though. Surprising, really, it is still 0-0. A little bit of shenanigans going on the goal line. Offside 2-2, Ben Hurd and Nick Hayes all involved. The referee wants a little bit of a word before Rogers gets the ball on this near side. Offside 2-2 doing that kind of trying to put the goalkeeper off thing inside the 6-yard box. Ben Hurd standing behind him. And Rogers still waiting patiently to take the corner on this near side. Referee looking, but not saying anything or doing anything. And so Rogers' corner will come in, goes to the far post. Nick Hayes goes up. He does get a punch to it. Kai Marsh-Brown will collect it on the edge of the area. The shot will come in and it will go high and out of the ground. And I think we've got more news coming in on Ware against Ashford Town, and it's good news because Liam Hope now has scored goal number 31. Scored goal number 30 from the penalty spot after 66 minutes, and after 72, Ashford Town Middlesex 0, Ware 2. Been a good week for Paul Hall's team, as Marcus Mealing is about to go off on that far side. I'll tell you when he comes on who it's going to be. Couldn't see a board held up, actually. Don't know if they did hold a board up. Don't think they did. So striker for a striker anyway. Mealing is going to go off. Hasn't had a lot of luck, really, against Hertford's back four, and still won't turn around. Why don't substitutes turn this way? They should show the crowd who they are, surely. But we're going to have to wait until he does turn round to tell you who's come on, as Edwards loses out to Geimer, who's coming forward the other end. Geimer goes down, and that's a foul. That's the Hertford Town fans behind the goal will attest to. So Hertford have got an opportunity here, put some pressure on the goal. Simon Grant's not had a great deal to do in the second half. And Ben Hurd, in fact it's 18 who's come on by the look of it. So it's Sanchez Parks who is the substitute for Marlow. Ben Hurd will take the kick. He's Anton Rogers 10 yards back. I don't think he is. Ben Hurd asking the referee the question. Referee not interested. Stable end find their voices as Ben prepares to take the free kick. Lands inside the area. Here's Oyenoirin, but Salmon just polices him off the ball and allows the goalkeeper, Simon Grant, to come out and collect. Grant, right-footed, downfield. Marsh-Brown lets the ball go over the top, and Sanchez Parks puts it down the line, looking for Kai Marsh-Brown, who's trying to make life difficult for Toby Byron, but in the end, ball goes out, and it will be a goal kick, which Nick Hayes will take after, I think, Hertford have made a substitution. So the substitute coming on, it's going to be Kit Brown who goes off. He's going to go off on this near side, and it's going to be Chris Golding who comes on. First chance for me, certainly, to see him. He was on the bench on Tuesday night, didn't get on, and now comes on for what I believe will be his Hertford debut. So Kit Brown goes off. Golding comes on. He's going to play more centrally by the look of it, and Geimer's going to go on that left-hand side of the three-man front line. Long ball forward by Marlow. Hayes will collect it fairly comfortably from the goal all the way to our left-hand side. Hayes bowls it out, prepares to kick it upfield. Long ball far side though, and Kai Marsh-Brown will bring it back. But Ben Hurd robs Sanchez Parks, the substitute, and this near side looks for Wayman. Wayman couldn't get there. Olurin Femi goes down like he's been hit by a train, and referee gives a free kick. And in fact, he's going to give Ben Wayman a yellow card. So Ben Wayman gets himself in the referee's notebook. 24 minutes gone in the second half here at the Acre Cars. Still Hertford 0, Marlow 0 is being League Division 1 South Central. Battles going on, top and bottom. We're going to, well, there would have been in the top two no matter what happened to Ashford Town Middlesex, but I think the way they'll be wanting to look and see if they can stretch their lead on the third place team, because both Ware and Hamwell are in front, as are Tooting and Mitcham. Anton Rogers will take the kick to the far post, go up, and Dewars will get it clear and stands at the moment. Amwell, Ware, Uxbridge, Westfield and Chertsey are going to be the top five, and from Ware's perspective there's an 8-point gap which will open up between them and Uxbridge in the third, so put another point on that gap. It was 7 to Westfield this morning, could be 8 tonight, so which a really interesting article by Ian Townsend on the Izmir League website. Is Division 1 South Central developing into a two-horse race, was the title. So we certainly hope it is. Well, we hope it develops into a one-horse race, but as Guymer goes down on the far side, Marsh Brown had followed him all the way, and the end brought him down, and Kai Marsh Brown's going to get himself a yellow card for that. So the diminutive number 17, bringing down the equally diminutive number 10, earns himself a yellow card. Hertford got a chance. So Spencer Hurd will take the free kick. Far side of the field. They're all piling up and lining up on the edge of the 18-yard box. Harvey Gardner's taken up an interesting position right on the edge of the area. Nobody appears to be working him at the moment, although Lewis Rogers has gone over there now. As Ben Hurd prepares, Gardner makes the run. Ball comes into the area. It is Harvey Gardner, and goalkeeper can't keep it from going behind for a corner. It's a decent run by Harvey Gardner. He just didn't get any power on the ball. Then the end Grant you would have expected to keep that out, but he juggled it somewhat and puts it out for a corner, which Gosling will take. Substitute. His first action of the game, Christopher Gosling, as he comes on. Gosling's corner, looks for Gardner, headed on by James Stewart, one bounce straight into the arms of Simon Grant. Grant, right-footed downfield to Sanchez Parks. Can't control it though. Ben Hurd will get it away. Oya Neuren gets a shove in the back, but he was coming back from an offside position, and the shove in the back from Adam Richards didn't count. Oluran Femi making his way down the left-hand side there for Morrow. He's gone a long way. He's gone to the edge of the area as the left back, but ricochets by way of Nathan Fuma. Fuma tries to make his way round Parks, and in the end puts it back into his own penalty area for Ben Hurd. Ben's long ball looking for Guymer on that far side. I think he's had a touch since he's gone out to the left wing. But with Kit Brown going off, it's resulted in Ben Wayman coming over on this side. Guymer on the left and Oyanurin through the centre. And Gosling playing almost in Guymer's number 10 position, really. Which is interesting, as Luke Guymer's really made that position his own. He's played more Hertford games than anybody, Luke Guymer, this season. This is his 32nd of the season. He's got 10 goals. Not a bad return for a midfield player. As Dewars picks the ball up well away from Marsh Brown. Bowls it to Ben Wayman on the halfway line. Wayman turning right, turning left, going across the pitch all the way to Toby Byron on that far side. Byron on the halfway line. Turns it inside for Gosling. Gosling forward for Isaac Pedro to Ben Wayman. Wayman, though, has given it away. It's symptomatic of what's been happening a little bit in the second half, really. After not being able to have that controlled possession. Near side, Nathan Fuma will find James Stewarts. Stewarts for Fuma. Fuma down the line, looking for Wayman. Femi did well, but in the end it's Edwards who will get the ball away. And Edwards will play it back, and Adam Richards will put it out on that far side for Kai Marsh Brown. Kai Marsh Brown looking forward for Sanchez Parks, who hasn't got in the game at all since he's come on. That gives a free kick away as Gosling picks it up for Hertford. Finds Stewarts looking for Wayman. Wayman, who's found it tough on either side. decent fullbacks they've got in Chappell on one side and then Allure and Femi on the other. Haven't given too much change to any of Hertford's wide men so far, but here's Ionurin. Ionurin, though, is shrugged off the ball by Lewis Rogers and in the end gives away the free kick. So Marlow have a free kick, approaching half hour gone in this second half here. We still wait for the deadlock to be broken on 90 Minutes Live with East Herts Radio, following our East Herts teams as we do every Saturday. Next Saturday we're going to be about 2.5 miles away at Watson Park for the real big one between Ware and Tooting and Mitcham. Massive game at the top of the table, that is. And another big game in town as well. Swellingon City home to Daventry this time next week as well, as Harlow themselves will be making the trip to Bedfont as Pedro goes in, and I think he might be earning a yellow card for that one. Isaac Pedro went in on, I think it's Adam Richards who's gone down, is it? Or is it Lewis Rogers? In fact, it's Lewis Rogers who's gone down. Pedro's going to have a word from the referee. Referee, though, he's one of those that we've seen the say, if he's going to give you a card, he's got it out of his pocket by the time he talks to you. I think we've learned that about our referee, Sean Gregory, this afternoon. If the card doesn't come out of his pocket while he's looking at you, then you're going to get away with it, and that's what happened to Isaac Pedro. So Anton Rogers will take the kick on the halfway line. Another Hertford substitute on that far side. I think it's David Ogbonna who comes jogging back towards the bench. Rogers' kick, looking on the far post, towering header comes in. It's Sanchez Parks, but Ben Hurd does a good job. It was a towering header from Adam Richards on the far post, but Ben Hurd showing all his experience there, not letting Sanchez Parks get anywhere near it. And Nick Hayes will clear from the goal away to our left-hand side. It's getting to that period now where you don't want to make a mistake. Any point is a good point. And as far as Hertford are concerned, well, there was a draw away at Chalfont, wasn't there, on Tuesday night. And the moment they're hanging on to a point here, they would dearly love 3, though, as Ionurin going down against Richards. Ionurin does well, robs the ball away from Richards, but in the end it cannons off him and goes out for a throw-in to the visitors. Another change to be made. David Ogbonna is indeed going to be coming on, and Sam Ionurin is the man who goes off. So it's going to be an interesting change as well, because it's going to be a very diminutive front line, whichever way you look at it. I've got a feeling Guymer's going to go into the centre, Ogbonna's going to go down the left, and Ben Wayman is going to stay on this right-hand side with Chris Gosling just behind them. So got to play the ball on the ground now. Won't be any good throwing it in the air against two big central defenders, and Alex Salmon and Adam Richards. So at the other end, there's defending to be done is Edwards. There's a good challenge coming in from James Stewart. Throw in to be taken by Marlow on that far side. It's going to be Curtis Chappell who will take it. Chappell looks for Parks. Ball ricochets around and in the end lands at the feet of Toby Byron. Byron's not sure what to do with it, and Ben Hurd's just going to hoof it clear up towards Guymer, who did manage to keep it in, and Richards puts it back with a bit of interest but can't keep it in play. So it's going to be a throw-in to Hertford. Yeah, those changes have resulted in that. Guymer's gone up front. So as Dewars plays the ball back inside his own area for Ben Hurd. And Ben's attempted clearance blocked by Marsh Brown. But Marlow will get it back midway inside the Hertford half. Here is Marsh Brown. Nice bit of footwork from the number 17. Super save by Nick Hayes, diving away to his left. And then Edwards brings Toby Byron down in the area. Tricky stuff from the winger. Pulled the trigger. Not too sure it was going in, but Nick Hayes didn't have any room for error. And he stuck out one of those long arms, the 6'5" keeper, and deflected it wide. So, only another one. West Essex and Hoddesdon are still at it. 3-3 now. So, 5 goals in the first half, only 1 in the second. Got about 10 minutes left there. 3-3 in the Essex Senior League. St Margaret's-Bury were a bit down against Redbridge, and Salisbury's down against Walthamstow. As Hertford look to come forward. Bonner's first touch collects the ball off of James Stewart, but Toby Byron will turn it back. And Nick Hayes, well, both goalkeepers have played a part in this, haven't they? Nick Hayes with that super save from Osai Tutu. And as Gosling puts it forward, Nathan Fuma's coming down the right-hand side, just headed out of play by Alex Salmon. Wayman will take the throw quickly, finds Guymer. Wayman gets it back again. Wayman and Guymer, who's in the centre? Well, James Stewart is the answer to that. As Hertford have a throw-in on this near side. Nathan Fuma will take the throw-in. And it's Stewart who's taken up a centre-forward position in there. No aerial strength. It's got to be along the ground, surely. As Wayman tries to keep the ball in. Wayman does keep the ball in, puts it across the box, and it's cleared from the edge of the 6-yard box, but only as far as Nathan Fuma. Fuma finds Guymer. Here's Luke Guymer, right hand edge of the area. Guymer pulls it back to Dewars. Super bit of defending, but Wayman will get it back for Hertford. Wayman can't get it across, and in the end, I think it was Lewis Rogers who's the man who blocked Guymer's effort. But here's Wayman, edge of the area. Good spell for Hertford. Gosling, good ball out of Nathan Fuma. Fuma puts it across with the left boot, headed out by Salmon fairly easily for Kai Marsh-Brown. He's up and under though. Is only for Harvey Gardner. Gardner forward for Nathan Fuma. Hertford a chance to keep the pressure on. Guymer was screaming for the ball in the centre forward position, but didn't get it. Maybe he's got a chance to now as Fuma goes down the right wing. Nathan Fuma, but Alex Salmon is there. Good covering by the number 4. Puts it along the line though, only as far as Ben Wayman. Wayman looks for Guymer, can't keep it in, and it's hoofed clear by Anton Rogers. Hertford will get it back though on the halfway line with Ben Hurd. Ben's ball far tied is a good one all the way to David Ogbonna, but Ogbonna's beaten to it by Chappell, who I've got to say, apart from that penalty, has had a very solid game, the right back. Another substitution is about to be made. I think it's Marlow that are about to make a change now. Hertford have got one left, of course, as have Marlow. It's Isaac Osai Tutu who's going to come off. And once again, they're not affording us with the luxury of the board, so we don't know who's going to come on, but we'll tell you when he makes his way. So it looks like it's going to result in Marsh-Brown coming over to this left-hand side. That's certainly the change. And Edwards seems to have come centrally alongside Parks, and it's the number 19 who's come on, who is Kelvin Bossman. So Kelvin Bossman has come on, number 19. Ware have scored a third. Tom Bruno's got one in the last minute there. And Walthamstow have scored a fourth. So things going well for Ware at the top. 3 away at Ashford Town, Middlesex. And they've done their dear rivals Hertford a favour, of course, because Ashford, one of those teams involved in the relegation battle at the bottom. St Margaret's-Bury 0, Redbridge 2, as the offside flag goes up against Luke Guymer on that far side. So I make it, we've probably got about 12 minutes left, and still we await the deadlock being broken here at the Acre Cars. Only been 1-0 this season, of course. South Park that was, but as Gosling can't get the ball, Parks will feed it back to Lewis Rogers. Here's Edwards, good tackle coming in by Isaac Pedro. Talking of Chappell having a solid game for Marlow, Isaac Pedro has definitely had a solid game for Hertford as Dewar's ball looks to release Ogbonna on the far side, and the goalkeeper comes out and puts it out of play. A lot of nervous stuff from Simon Grant, didn't really need to do that. But Toby Byron will collect the ball. He'll take the throw-in for Hertford to Isaac Pedro. Pedro will bring in James Dewars. Worked hard all afternoon. Dewars forward for Guymer. Guymer still got it. We'll bring in Gosling. Gosling with the left boots. And, well, worth a try. He certainly kept it down, did Chris Gosling, but in the end it went wide of the target. Didn't worry the goalkeeper. So the goal kick to be taken from the stable end away to our right-hand side. Time running out for both sides. Hertford have conceded 18 goals in the last 10 minutes of games this season. They've scored a few as well, though. Ben Hurd's on Tuesday night was their 9th. So plenty's happened in Hertford Town games in the last 10 minutes. Nobody leaves early. There's the ball down this near side. Looking for Kai Marsh-Brown. Marsh-Brown has got Parks in the box to aim at, and Marsh-Brown's still there. Marsh-Brown tries to get it across. He does get it across, goes a long way before Dewars manages to get it clear. Ball back and straight into the arms of Nick Hayes. It's got to be said, neither team's shutting up shop here, because Marlow are playing with 3 up front. Our bottomans come on down the right, and Hertford very much playing with 3 up front. Up goes Wayman, beaten to it by Lumafemi. But Pedro again, solid in central midfield. Here's, oh dear, high boot by Edwards. Isaac Pedro felt that. But referee is going to book Edwards, because going by the rule that I was telling you about earlier, he got his book out of his pocket as soon as that boot went up. So it was a pretty good sign that Jordan Edwards is going to end up in referee Sean Gregory's notebook. Nick Hayes will take the kick. Be interesting. We'll talk to Ben Hurd afterwards whether he'll consider this as a point gained or 2 dropped. Be an interesting reaction. Another substitution about to be made. Marlow are going to make their final one of the game. It's going to be Anton Rogers, the dead ball man who's worked hard this afternoon, is going to go off. The number 14. And we'll see who is the man who's going to come on for Marlow. They've got some defending to be done here first. Nick Hayes will take the free kick. Hayes' free kick goes to the edge of the area, and it's going to be Chappell who cannons the ball off Ogbonna, and still manage on. Chappell and Ogbonna fighting away, and Ogbonna's won a free kick there. Good job by David Ogbonna. It's Jordan Balogan who is the man who's come on. So it's the number 16, Jordan Balogan, who's come on. So free kick to be taken by Chris Gosling on that far side. Ben Hurd's coming up from the back. More heroics from the boss? Who knows? As this kick's going to come in from that far side. Referee just looking. Ready to sound his whistle. Plenty of movement going on in the box, that's for sure. Gosling at a stable end. Ball comes across and off the top of the head of Richards. And on this near side is Isaac Pedro. Pedro trying to go round Salmon and does so. Gets the ball across. Here's James Dewars. But a high ball is collected quite easily by Simon Grant in the Marlow goal. High kick forward by Grant. Toby Byron will just about got enough on it and manages to bring it down and come forward as the left back. Looks for Gosling on that far side. Gosling, who looks neat and precise in possession, finds Byron again. Byron's got Ogbonna in front of him, and that's where the ball goes. Byron gets it back. Gosling wins it back for Hertford. Gosling finds David Ogbonna, former Barnet player. Ogbonna's ball, though, charges into the side of Chappell. Rebounds out to Ben Hurd. Ben Hurd down the line for Ogbonna again, who sells him short, and a thumping challenge going in there from Sanchez Parks. And referee, I think quite rightly, is going to give Hertford a free kick. Sanchez Parks really went into that. So it's going to be a free kick which Ben Hurd will take. I think full time at Ashford Town Middlesex. Ashford Town Middlesex near Ware 3. Liam Hope getting 2, 1 from the penalty spot after a foul on Albert Addo, and Tom Bruno getting number 3. Liam's got 31 of the season, and Ware have had a very satisfactory week. I think he told Paul Halsey we've got 7 points out of 9 this week. He would have been happy with that. As Ben Hurd puts the kick in, and it's heading about the area, almost broke to Luke Geimer. Gosling brings it down midway inside the Marlow half. Finds Ben Wayman on this right-hand side. Wayman looks to tee up the cross. Wayman does with the left boot. It's over everybody, and finally it's going to be cleared by Jordan Edwards. Edwards for Sanchez Parks in a run against Toby Byron. And Byron will just about manage to clear it. And Nathan Fumer on this near side brings in James Stewart, who finds Wayman. Wayman back for Fumer, but ball's gone out of play. So it's going to be a throw in here. I'll make it almost into the last minute, I think, here. Let's throw in onto the edge of the area. Ben Hurd heads it away as far as Dewars. Dewars will find Ben Wayman. Ben Wayman forward looking for Guymer. Guymer's beaten to it by Salmon. Ball just punted hopefully towards the Hertford penalty area. Headed back by Chappell. Headed out by Ben Hurd. It's Lewis Rogers on the far side for the substitute Balogan. It's almost his first touch, but ball goes out and it'll be a throw in to Hertford. Toby Byron will take the throw in on that far side. Well, time is running out if someone's going to get 3 points out of this one. Both teams will probably feel they should have got something. Hertford's best moments in the first half. James Stewart's penalty saved by Simon Grant, who also denied Samuel Inorin in the one-on-one. Marlow's best probably in the second half. Offside Tutu denied by excellent work by Nick Hayes, and then a good save also from Kai Marsh-Brown. Coming forward is Nathan Fumer. Fumer brings in Gosling. Gosling finds Fumer again. Brings in Isaac Pedro. Pedro's got plenty of aim out. Four blue shirts in front of him there, but finds Fumer on this near side. Fumer looks for Guymer, and good job. But Richards got in the way of that because Guymer would have had a clear run on goal. The ball's gone out for a throw in to Hertford on this near side. Looking down the line. Oh, Wayman goes down, and Hertford get themselves a free kick on this near side. We're in the last minute here. Of course, it was 95 minutes when Ben Hurd scored on Tuesday night. Hertford looking to get something here. Ben Hurd is going to take the free kick right down by this right-hand touchline. Harvey Gardner's come up from the back. Byron and Fumer are the only two players back, with Sanchez Parks the only attacker forward. So Ben Hurd is going to take it. It's got Kai Marsh-Brown. Well, is there much point in putting a player that size as you will? But Marlow obviously think there is. Ben Hurd take the free kick then. Right-footed, goes across. Coming in at the far post was Isaac Pedro. And in the end it's hoofed clear by Balogan. As Toby Byron will get it, put it back into his own half for Nathan Fumer. Fumer's got Ben Wayman in plenty of space again on this near side, hasn't spotted him. In the end he does play it forward, but this time for the run of Isaac Pedro. Pedro does well, try and keep the ball in, but Marlow sort that out. Marsh-Brown's given it away to Ben Hurd. Fumer does well, finds Hurd again, is Gosling. Like to look at him since he's come on. As I said, he's been neat and precise in possession as Chris Gosling. As far side, Toby Byron has it for Hertford. Byron across the halfway line now. Threads it forward for Guymer. Guymer got a push in the back there from Richards. Referee not interested, and Guymer does well to get it away from him. Almost found Isaac Pedro. Here's Chris Gosling. Gosling finds Ben Wayman right hand side of the box. Wayman goes right, Wayman goes left. Wayman falls over, and Marlow will clear. And that is going to be the end of the game here at the Acre Cars. It's finished goalless. Both sides will really think they could have won it. Hertford, particularly in the first half, when Simon Grant denied Samuel Norrin's one-on-one and saved James Stewart's penalty. But in the second half, it was Nick Hayes, the goalkeeper at the other end, who came to the fore, saving superbly with his legs from Ozai Tutu and then pushing Marsh-Brown's effort away to his left-hand side. That's the way it's finished here at the Acre Cars. Hertford Town 0, Marlow 0.